Hey YouTube, how's it going? Guillows78 RC World here at you. Yep, you can see it, CC01. I'm going to go ahead and do a build series on this truck. It's going to be a little different than the last build series of the Axial SCX10. I had a few members tell me that they would have liked to see me do a complete build series, an actual step-by-step doing the build right in front of you. So I'm going to go ahead and try to do that with this build here and get it all slapped together. This here is somewhat of an unboxing. I'm not going to pull this stuff out of the box. I'm not going to bore you with all that stuff. There's already quite a few unboxings now that you can actually check out, all that other stuff. But this is the Ford Bronco version, the 1973 version. So put it out the way for a second, just so you guys can see what it kind of looks like in the box. One thing I noticed on the kit here are the tread tires that they come with are actually really hard. They're actually like a hard, one of these out here for you. They're actually really hard. I don't see how they will even grip or bite on anything when you're crawling or scale running. So I went ahead and upgraded to some Lowe's tires here with the mini specials. Pull it out of the box here and show you. But these are a lot softer pattern, a lot softer tread. You guys get a little close up there. You guys can see that or not, but these are way soft. I think they're going to give you a lot more better bite grip. So yeah, that's the new rubbers I'm going to be running. These rubbers here I plan on actually, I may do something to try to soften them up and get some of the hardness out of them more. I don't know yet. I'm thinking about maybe even putting them on a trailer, build a trailer, maybe even me and Ken, one of the guys that's in the crawling club, the K3 crawlers in Kankakee, Illinois, maybe we'll do a build video of a trailer. I think I might even throw these tires on a trailer, run with them that way, see how it goes. I think they'll be pretty good trailer tires. But yeah, we're going to do a complete full build series of this truck. Like I said, hands on, I'm going to try to do the best that I can, so bear with me. A few other things I want to mention. You know what, actually, I have actually one more thing that I'm going to be adding to this truck that I guess you guys would probably like to see. A hard body. It's a Ford. I'm really stoked. I think it's going to really run out and fit perfect. It'll be great. This is a black foot body. There's your front end stuff, your bumpers, all that good stuff. Your windshield, tail lights. I even went ahead and got a sticker kit just in case. You know, I never know. I probably won't use this, but we'll see how it goes. Screw mounting kit, brackets to hold everything together. But yeah, that's gonna be I think a fun build. I might even do a complete series on the whole body. I noticed that not a lot of guys. Actually, I haven't really seen too many videos of people that have done work to hard bodies. I know a lot of the mounting stuff here is not going to work, so I would fill that in with some Bondo, do some great light sanding, get stuff ready, prepped, and then paint. But I really don't know what paint I want to do yet, or anything like that. You know, while we're doing this whole build series, you guys are watching along, leave some comments, let me know what you guys think. What color do you think we should make this Ford? I'm really stoked about this build. I think it's going to be a fun little build. But yeah, just, you know, let me know, guys, what color we should maybe go with this board here. But anyways, another few things I wanted to add. The last video that you guys might have seen, not the Basher video, but the K3 Crawler video. K3 Crawlers is a club that me and a few guys have formed up here in the Kankakee, Illinois area. Many local guys around here seeing this. We do crawl. We try to crawl at least every other Sunday at Birds Park. That's one of our crawling areas. It's a really good spot. That's where you've seen a lot of video footage. But yeah, if anybody in the area is watching this video, you guys should go out there and check it out sometime. A lot of times we start around 1 o'clock. But yeah, the K3 Crawlers Guillows78 page, this page here we're on, this YouTube page is sponsoring the K3 Crawlers. But enough of that. Also, too, guys, remember I had a Facebook page. If you go to my page on YouTube there, my main page, it's actually on there. Make sure you guys check it out, man. If you guys got a Facebook page, we chatted up a lot on there. We talked about our RC planes, crawlers, I mean, drift cars, trucks, helicopters, you name it. We post pictures, videos. Now I want to see everybody's comments, see what everybody thinks of everything, and all that good stuff. So make sure you guys check all that out. Do all that for me. Like I said, let me know what you guys think color-wise of this body. Give me your opinion. What do you think? Should I do a two-tone, one solid color, whatever. But let me go ahead, get stuff arranged on the work table here, get stuff set up. Well, let's go ahead and get building. Get this kit on the road. So, be right back, guys. Alright, guys, so we're back here. Just to kind of give you guys a little layout of the parts here. I know I said I wasn't going to do an unboxing, but all the parts are laid out. You know, you get your chassis, plate, your parts trees here. I mean, there's your little parts trees, your chrome parts trees, your axle stuff, you know, all your parts are laid out. The Lexan body's over there. Another big bag of goodies here. Looks like here's your ESC, or wait, I'm sorry here. There's your ESC. I believe that's your light kit set up in the bag there, if you guys can see that. Like I said, there's this bag here is loaded. Got your motor here. I want to mark on this. I'm really not for sure. I really don't want to give you guys a motor size because I really honestly do not know. I really didn't do a lot of research motor-wise. Eventually, someday, that may actually get changed. I don't know yet. Your gears. You know, your book, pretty deep detail there of all your stuff that you put together there. Let's see. Check the steps here, see how many steps we actually have. 33 steps, that's Kelly body, like I said. The Lexan body I may not do anything with right away. I may end up waiting on that. Because, like I said, I'm going to do a hard body, so, but yeah, let me go ahead, get the first step set up, get it kind of arranged, laid out, the parts that we actually need. I'll get that laid out and get it started. Like I said, I will do an actual physically build right in front of you guys here. So, let me go ahead and get this all arranged here and set up, and we'll be right back. Okay, guys, as you can see, I have all the parts laid out that I actually need for part A here. A few things. We're going to need the motor, bag part A, so I should say parts. There's, I think, a metal motor plate, our main pinion gear, and then here on this parts tree, which is parts tree A, we're going to need this, which is the, doesn't tell me, just looks like a cover type thing that covers the actual motor itself. The pinion gear, must be a pinion gear cover, good thing. But we're going to need that part, and then this here, which again doesn't tell me what it is, which is on parts tree C. So let me go ahead, get my X-Acto knife out, get these part tree stuff off, and then I'll be right back. Okay guys, so we got everything ready here. I was mistaken. I thought this here was actually a metal plate. I was wrong. It's actually a it's like a cork style gasket style stuff made out of a paper type substance or whatever you want to call it. But anyways, so we got our parts on a parts bag A. These are some loose screws that I kind of put so I wouldn't get lost, but we have everything laid out for step one. So let's go ahead and get started here. It shows here in the book that we take our motor here, put our gasket on there. I guess we have to line it up with the with our motor holes here. Pop down there we go. So we have that. Go ahead and get our little Allen screw set in our gear here. Going too far, one side over the shaft. See the shaft. See if we have something here stuck on here. Apply to that out. Alright, that's good. Remember guys, there's so many new guys. I don't know if the camera will focus on this or not, but there's a flat end, if you guys can see that. There's a flat end on the actual shaft of the motor. That is where your Allen head screw end point is actually going to mount to that. So I know a lot of you guys already know that, but like I said, for the new guys, figured I'd fill them in there and let them know. Now our gear cover here, it's just to go ahead and pop that over that, like so. Oops. Line up our Allen here again. Sit down there. That's sitting there. Alright. Tighten that just a tad. Slide our cover over. I don't know if this is actually a cover, or if this is something for you to set it, or so the book really doesn't tell you too much about it. Yep. I want to say that that's actually just a pinion setter, so you actually get your pinion gear actually lined up in the right spot. Is what I want to say that this is actually for. It's not showing much else of it in the book. Nope, not really showing much else. Yeah, actually, I believe that's what it is. But yeah. So I guess we put that to the side for now. And grab our other part here. Alright, excuse me guys, I have a phone call. I'll be right back. Alright guys, sorry about that YouTube. So anyways, we have our pinion, we have our gasket. Now we take our black piece here. I really don't have these named, but we'll say it's a motor plate, motor mount plate. But you get your 2 holes. Like I said, you got to make sure you get your threaded holes lined up with the actual gasket. Then you take this end, the open end. You have 4 holes. The book is actually showing one screw is going to go here, and then the other one's going to go on the upper. So we'll go ahead and we'll get that lined up like so. Grab our screws here, we'll wrap them in there. First one started here. Maybe. Yeah, there we go. Let's get that started. Drop our second screw in at the top hole here. That way we'll get it started. Hope you guys can see this. Alright, now it actually does not show Loctiting this, so I'm just going to go ahead and tighten it down as best that I can, and we'll hope that you don't cut loose. Alright, we got that part in. So that there is, they're actually saying, is the first step. It's step 1. So we had actually completed step 1 for the motor. So I guess we can set that aside and continue on to step 2. So let me go ahead and get our parts out here for step 2, get them laid out. I'll be right back. Okay guys, we went ahead, we got everything laid out here for step 2. On our metal gears, this is going to be the building diff of the front diff area. The diff spur gears. It tells you to use their grease here, which I'm not going to use. I'm going to use the marine grease like I did the axial build. Like I said, I'll probably be running it through water, so I don't want it to get all gummed up and go bad pretty quick. So marine grease is more waterproof. So anyways, we'll go ahead and get to the next steps here. And by the way, all these parts in this, the metal parts here, all came out of bag A, which was the same parts that came out from all the rest of the stuff. So, and then these here came off of the tree of the gears. So, alright, let's go ahead and get this started and get going here. Gonna grease here. Greasing up some of this stuff here, so we'll overdo it. Take our small gears here and push that out. It says to lube up the shafts, and you're supposed to lube the gears up too. That feels well great. So, there we go. This one here feels nice and smooth. This one here feels a little gritty. I don't know, I don't like the feel of that. Let me check this out here. If there's something causing me to be gritty, or Yeah, looks like there might be a little lip in the metal there, which could cause me to have some friction. If I'm not mistaken. I may, let me be around. Be right back, guys. 1 second. Alright, guys, sorry about that. Just to show you guys here, right in here, you guys can see that there was some really bad kind of like metal burrs that were sticking up. All I did was take some sandpaper, give it a light little sanding, clean it right up. No big deal. I don't want nothing to cause friction or nothing like that. Let me put something here. As I make a huge mess. Alright. But now that I've sanded, I kind of want to go ahead and clean up any metal that might be on there. Get a little any of the nasty stuff off of there so it's not, no more stuff could cause it to get gritty or any of that good stuff there. Oh yeah. Like I said, I don't know if you guys can really see that. I'm gonna check here. Okay, yep. You guys see in that area there, if it'll focus. There was some grit right in there that we cleaned up there, taken out. So now we're back on the road here, back on the move. Get back into this and get going again here. See my finger. No, I'm not wearing gloves, but I don't know. To me, they get in the way, and really don't like gloves too much. Well, that feels a lot better. A lot better. Oh yeah. So yeah, you guys may want to, if you guys decide to do this kit, or if you're doing this build with me as I'm doing it, great. Just make sure you check that. That day that felt pretty gritty. A little bit of grease here. Alright. This shaft here. Everything run nice and smooth. No friction. Oh yeah. I think we got her, guys. I think we got her. We set up pretty good there. Set that down. Put my fingers here a sec. Alright. Now we take our big gear here. Make sure we don't get any grease on the outside of the big gear. Shoes here, we take a metal ring here. Puts right out there like so. Yep, okay. Go ahead, get some grease here, lube this up really good. Get this good greased. So if I run through water and slush, I don't want any of this stuff resting up on me. Like so. Got that out there. Got my fingers a little bit here. There we go. Just get it to seat in place there. And of course the phone will ring again. So give me 1 second here, guys. I'll be right back. Alright guys, sorry about that. Feel mighty busy and important today, but anyways. Like I said, we put the spacer in there, just like that. in the back of that gear, and it all seats right inside there. Like I said, I have that green greased. Wow. Okay, 1 second, guys. Okay, guys. Hopefully that'll be the last call. Okay, so talked about that. We put the gear, we seated it in place. That actually just lays in there. It's been all marine greased. Now we take our spider gear here, if that's what you want to call it. There's actually grooves inside there that this should all set. Well, let's see here. If I can get it held right. Oh, there we go. Seat it in place. Push it in there pretty decently there. Get it seated. I'm going to go ahead. I'll finish in a second. And add me a little bit of more grease. I want to make sure it's good, decently lubed. I don't want to over compact it either, because then it'll be too thick in there and gruddy and won't be right. But as you can see, if I spread it with my finger, you can see it kind of turning a little bit there. I don't know if you guys can see that. But anyways, now it tells us to take this piece here with our pointed ends down. They actually fall into place with the grooves like so. Take our gear here again, our top half of the gear, keep this all greased up here. Fair amount of grease here. Grab our metal right here, stick it in place. Grab this, slide it on, like so. Fingers clean here, I'm going to touch the same gear. Pick this up, and then try to get that to go together. I just messed up. Try this again. Alright. Try to get this where you guys can somewhat kind of see it's a little tricky here. Alright. This isn't working as I had planned. Okay, now. Okay, I'll see. Oh. Yes, I'm trying to get to where you guys can see this. Our pointy teeth here, or our rods that are sticking, are actually going to go inside the shafts. You get your holes, are going to line up with your holes for your screws. You'll slide that together like so. There we go. And that's going to clamp it all together. Put that down real quick. Put up my hands again. Got our screwdriver. Go ahead and get our screws in place. Start it a little bit there. Go. And starting. Now our third one. I'm just going to pick it up, go ahead and tighten these up. Excuse me. Pretty decently snug. I'm not going to crank it. I mean, we're only threading into plastic here, so I don't want to crush it or over tighten it. Alright, check them. Alright, guys. Our front differential is built, and that's the end of step 2 of our build here. So we go ahead and set this aside up there with that. And our next step is going to be step 3, which is some more gears. So let me go ahead, get all that fixed up, separated here, and set up, and I'll be right back. Alright guys, so as you can see here, we got our parts laid out, our gears, and our bearings, and some plastic bearings here, metal, metal one there, some metal shafts, some end caps. But one thing I wanted to note, okay, all this here, it came out of bag A except for these. But I also wanted to note that don't forget, as you're breaking stuff off, sometimes there's a little burr or something, you know, from the trees that you're getting it off of. Maybe take a razor knife, shave it, or some sandpaper, with a little sand. You know, I know there's a lot of younger kids that shouldn't use razor knives, so get some parents' help or something. But just make sure you get that cleaned up to where it's up and out of the way and doesn't cause any friction and anything for movement or whatnot. So, but let's go ahead and get moving on here. Open my grease back up. But we'll go ahead and get moving here. This here's part G3. Take this and our metal washer. Let's just say that this needs to be greased. Same with this. We'll go ahead and get this all greased up here. Give lubing. Get it ready. Alright. We are going to take this with this needs a little lube too. Grease. A plastic bearing here. It's kind of weird. I've never seen plastic bearings before. Slide that on. And then it tells us to grab a big gear here. We slide this in. So, and this here fits. Oh, what's wrong with? Wow. Okay, here we go. This here fits like so. Just give me 1 second, fellas. I'll be right back. Alright, so take our big gear here, or big cap, whatever you want to call it. This is part G3. That's going to get slid in there, like so. And then take our metal washer. So we put some grease on it. Some grease in there. The metal washer. Tuck that in there, like so. Yep, that's the way it's showing it. Alrighty, and then wipe off my hands here a second. Now that we've lubed the bars, got all that ready. Okay, so you guys know, this here, if you guys can see it, it's got the hole in it. That there is G1. These were right next to it, which was G2. But you can see the difference. This one isn't a fully solid hole. It's got a back to it. This one's, you know, an open hole. This one here needs to actually click in the front here, like so. Just like that. And then I claim this one. Goes on the back, like so. I believe that's supposed to be it. And then this is supposed to cradle in our spot, I believe, set in a position. But this should be it. We should have this one built. So we'll set this aside. We'll move on to our next piece here. Again, some grease. Grease this up. Okay, have our plastic bearings here. Finish that. Slide that on the shaft. Grab our gear here. Another plastic gear. Some grease on it. Slide it on like so. Over the top. Should have two open bars here. Clean off our hands a little bit here. Get our cradle spots. Pop those into place. And voila. We have another completed gear, which is nice. Set that aside. But that there is step 3. We're going to go ahead and move on to step 4, which looks like we're going to be pulling off the chassis plate. So let me go ahead, get some steps set up here, get everything arranged, and I'll be right back. Alright guys, alright, we're on step 4. I have our parts laid out. We have our chassis frame here. Our gears and 2 plastic bearings. So guess we'll go ahead and get started on this. And I also had made a mistake. All this time I've been trying not to get grease on the gears, and they actually show you here in the book to grease those up. So when you guys are going to put yours together, don't worry if you get grease on your fingers and get it on there. It's no big deal. They want you to grease it anyway. So anyways, we'll go ahead and get started. First thing is the bearings. I had to get a little grease on the bearings. So, and then the bearings, I tell you to, you guys can see that right down in there. There's a slot. You're going to drop and slide that right on down in there. Just like so. There's another one that goes on the other opposite side right there. So, go ahead, get some grease again here. Grease this up like so. Go ahead and drop that down on the same slot. The other side there. Off my hands here for a second. And I'll give you guys a little shot. That there is what it's supposed to look like. So if you guys see it from in here, right there, and right there. Okay. So we have that now in position. Our next step is going to be to take the diff here and front differential, main part of it, and get some grease on our hands here. Just going to go ahead and give us a little bit of good amount of grease here. Like I said, I don't want to give it too much. I don't want to bind it. I don't want nothing to bind up. Do want to make sure there's grease there. A little bit more around the edge right here. There we go. Then drop that right out in there. Sets into place like so. And then take our big gear here, which I believe it sets Yep, just like so. Spins nicely. But, we need to grease this up real fast here. Again, it says to grease all around the gear teeth there. So we'll go ahead and do that. Alright. One more. A little bit more on this side here. Alright. Go ahead and drop that in place. Like that. Spins all nice and freely. And then of course we have our other main gear here, which should drop in right there. We'll go ahead and get this all greased up here. Alright, one side. There's the other side. Let's get that wrapped on the gears a little bit. Let them get a little rough there at the moment. Not everything's set in place. Let it get all the grease moved around in there pretty decently. Alright. But I do notice that on this step I forgot a part or two. Not realize that. I'm going to need the motor at this time. And yes, four screws. Get right out of this case here. I believe those are the ones that we need. We need 4 of those. 1, 3, and 4. Should be in on that part. We have our cover here and then our motor. This here's our cover, which is on the post tree A, number 3. And take that off. Put that back in there. Exact knife here, it's trimmed up. This you can call me a perfectionist. I don't like seeing those little nubs sitting there at me. That kind of takes away from the realism. This here is supposed to be a scale truck, so. Alright. Oh, one more. Of course, our motor. Now, the way that it looks, our motor is going to sit in here like so. There we go. Oh yes. Okay, now that we kind of got it figured out, okay, we have a tooth or a little pin here, and then a slot and groove in our casing here. They actually make this. It's kind of nice that they got this lip thing here now that I see that. But anyways, if you look there, we have a hole there, and then our grooves are going to slide right into that. This actually drops right into place like so, which makes everything, well, everything runs smoothly. I mean, it's like butter. I mean, it's really, it's actually a nice little setup there, how they kind of got that. But, so, now we'll throw our the cover on here, just like this. And again, our teeth groove, like so. It all fell right into place. Now we take our screwdriver and our screws. Let's get that started a little bit there. That started. I have to say, so far this build here is actually pretty decent. Really not that hard of a build. It's actually been quite fun. Now we can go ahead, give everything a little nice little snug tightening down without stripping anything. Just nice little snugness. One thing I have to say is I wish they would have done this with Allens instead of a screwdriver. I don't know, I prefer Allens. But it's all good. Alright, last one. Alright, that's all in there, decently snug. And that there is actually the end of step 4. We're actually getting a little bit of weight in there now. It's quite nice. But that there would be the end of step 4. So let me go ahead and get the parts out for step 5, and I'll be right back. Okay guys, step 5 here. We got some more gear stuff going on here. This is the drive gear. So we need to put that together. So we take another plastic washer, metal washer, an E-clip, and our metal rod here. So let's go ahead, get that put together and assembled. They actually show this being greased just in certain areas, like here in the center, in this center part right here, grease it, and then grease just a little bit right here. But you're going to slide this in anyways, like so. It's not going to mainly be greased anyways. So I think I'm just going to go ahead and grease the whole rod and just call it a day and not worry about it. Alright. Now that we got that greased, go ahead, slide that into place like so. And it says to grease our metal bearing here. Grab that. Let grease right down a little bit. Snap that into place like that. Drops right on there. Okay. Then it shows our E-clip. The one thing that I think we all just don't like. Hopefully we get this on the first try. Got it set in place. Not too much grease on it, of course. Try to let it not to grease all around, but hey. Hey! First try, look at there. Alright. So, now that we got that done, now it says to take your plastic washer, grease it, sit down, go ahead and slide it over like so. And there we go. Take my hands off. Now we're messing with front damper mounts. So that here would be these guys, the right and the left. Right and left damper mounts. Right side, left side. That, I'm going to take our T-handle here that's provided to us with the kit. Take our ball mounts. Make sure you look at the picture, it shows right side, which you guys are looking at like that. That goes on the right for the right side. We screw our little piece in there like so. Get it started. Put that down. It's pretty good and tight. There we go. There's one. That's the right side. Now we're going to take the left side. Do the same thing. Put that down in there. We have our left side here. Get it started. This one here wants to be a little pain. I think we got it. Alright. Get it threaded down here. Yep, alright, we got it. Our right and our left sides are done. So yeah, I believe that there's the end of step 5, if I'm not mistaken. Yep, we move on to step 6. So let me go ahead again and get that stuff gathered up for step 6. We'll be right back. Alright guys, so we're back. We're on step 6. These are all our parts laid out for step 6. So we'll go ahead and we'll get started. We need our main fuse here. It says to flip it over, so we're going to go ahead and flip it over. And first off, we're going to start with our gear. I believe that's it. It sits right there, like so. First, we're going to go ahead and get it all greased up. Again, like it says, grease the whole gear. So we'll go ahead and get started with that. That all greased. Alright. Go ahead. Set that into position. Oh, that's nice. Okay. So you guys can see, that is in position. Now, we'll go ahead. We're going to grab our cover here. Our gear cover. If you're looking at, this is actually the front of the fuselage, or front of the driver of the chassis fuselage, picking planes. You have a smooth back end, and then you have your lip back end. The lip back end, the lip back end goes in the back. So it's just like that. We'll take that, 2 of our screws here. I know I haven't been telling you guys screw sizes, but it's actually really simple. The screw sizes actually are on the book itself. So it's actually quite simple. Getting pretty snug here. Like I said, I wouldn't over tight. I wouldn't crank down on it real bad. Snug, I think, is really all you need. Alright. So you guys check that out. That turned out pretty good. So we'll go ahead and move on to the next step. And the next step is now we're going to go ahead and take our 5mm, I believe they are. Let me double check. There's 2 different size ball cups. Oh, okay, yeah, we got to use the actual screw. Okay. All right. So I'm going to take our long screws here that you get with the kit. 2 long screws and a ball cup. Take our screws and run it right through there, right there. You guys can see that. It'll come out that side right there. That's where this ball cup's going to come into play, or however you want to put it. Getting started here. There we go. Yeah, yes it does. Okay, we'll take our little T-handle, screwdriver, pull that pretty good. Just get her pretty decently snug, like so. There's one side, ball cup. There's a screw. And we'll do the same to the other side here. Slide that down in there. Yep, ball cup here. Hands are slippery from all the grease. And thread that down. Put it in where I can see. But now a lot better. There we go. Snug her up here a little bit. There we go. Alright. Those are both done. Now we need to take our right and our left ones that were made here, our ball cup things. And then we take a short screw here. Yes, I do. This side's got the little nipple on it. There's a little spot right side in here in the fender well. that sets into place. Let's get a little closer shot here. Right there, that just sets right into place there. Alright. Make sure our holes are lined up. Drop our screw down on it there. Snug. Go. Now that's in place. And again, for the same for the other side. Drop that right on down into position there. Go. The hole's already lined up. Get our screw dropped into position. And test screwdriver. There we go. I'll pull it back out. Alright. We'll snug this up. Again, I wish these would have been Allen's, but can't complain. It ain't gonna get you nowhere. I mean, I do have to say though, it's actually a pretty easy build. It's been pretty fun so far too. So there we go. So you guys get a good shot of that. All right. Now take and mark the need to take the 6mm ball cups. Hopefully these fit. Yeah, they do. Okay. 6mm ball cups. You got two different spots here. You gotta mount those ball cups there. So we gotta do that real fast. About got her. We got one more of these to do. Okay, let's slide that up. Yep. Grab our other 6mm. Get it started. I don't know why I just didn't use my little screw gun over there. But about done now, so might as well just continue. Alright. Now those are in position. Now, still working in the back here. We need to take these, put small ball cups, attach those to it, start it, and into place. There's one. opposite side. So. You know, it just seems to take a little bit of a second to get these things started. Once they get started, they get going in. Alright. Now, that side, this side. Again, we have a little nipple there. The tip, if you guys can see that. A little nipple, it's gonna go. Okay, gang. When we left off here, my camera had went dead, so we left off on step 6. We were just getting ready to put these in here. They go right there, so let's go ahead and they're set in place. Like I said, there's a little nipple there on the part. You guys can get that focused in. That actually falls into place like so. We go ahead and grab the screw here that we need. Right. Oh, actually, my bad. It goes from the top. Now that I'm looking at the directions, right? So we're actually going to set this in and put the screw right through the top. It's easy enough. Like so. Move on to the next side. Grab our screw here. I want to say that they actually give you the next hole spot if you want to extend the chassis, I think, if I'm not mistaken. That's kind of nice. If I decide to want to do that later on, I think I can. I just go into the next spot. But give you guys a shot there of what it looks like. See, there's a whole other spot there. So that's kind of neat. So we got that down and done. Our next thing is going to be putting our drive axle in. Or drive shaft, I'm sorry. Let's see. Right tool here to tighten this up. There we go. That in there. Somehow I gotta get this turned here so I can actually grab a pair of pliers. Can't tighten up the nut. There we go. Just so you guys can see, there is a flat spot right there. I hope you guys can get that in camera or not. And that's where our hex is going to go ahead and slide in and tighten up to. So slide that right into place. And tighten our hex up. Nice and snug. Alright. So that should be it. Looking good so far, looking good. Alright guys, I think we're going to go ahead and move on to step 6, or step 7, but I'm going to make that the next part of the build series, so I'm going to go ahead and end this here. Make sure you guys rate, thumbs up, subscribe. Also, don't forget to check out the Facebook page. Like I said, we chat there. We post different videos, pictures. We talk about planes, crawlers, you name it. But I'll put a link down at the bottom in the description. Click on that link if you guys have Facebook. Really, I'd like to chat it up with a lot of you guys. So don't forget, down at the bottom, hit that link. Add yourself to Guillows78 RC World on Facebook. So don't forget to rate, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you guys on the trails. Peace.
Make sure you subscribe for more RC action to come your way.